Welcome to World Decoder. Today we embark on a journey to the highest points on Earth, touching the very edge of space. These are the 14 giants that stand above 8,000 meters, dominating the skyline where the Earth meets the heavens above. Mountaineers call them the 8,000ers, the exclusive club of peaks that challenge the physical and mental limits of all humanity. For decades, brave explorers have risked everything to stand atop these summits, driven by an ancient desire to conquer the impossible. Join us as we decode the secrets behind these high-altitude wonders and understand why they remain our planet's final frontier. Looking at the map, we discover that every single one of these giants congregates in just one specific region of Earth. They are distributed along two of the youngest and most violent mountain systems on the planet, the Himalayas and the Karakoram. The Himalayas serve as the sanctuary for 10 of these peaks, including the legendary Mount Everest, the roof of the world. Meanwhile, the Karakoram range hosts the remaining 4 giants, known specifically for their steep slopes and incredibly treacherous climbing conditions today. These mountains are the result of a massive geological collision that began millions of years ago and continues to this day. The weather here is unpredictable and fierce, guarding the summits with winds that can strip the warmth from a human body. Venturing into this domain requires more than just skill. It demands respect for the raw power of nature's most formidable creations. But what makes the 8,000 meter mark so significant? In mountaineering science, this altitude is known as the death zone. At this extreme elevation, the atmosphere becomes so thin that the available oxygen is only 30% of sea level levels. The human body is simply not designed to survive here. Without supplemental oxygen, your cells begin to die at an alarming rate. Your mind becomes cloudy and decision-making fails. This physiological breakdown is why so many tragedies occur during the descent phase. The heart must work overtime to sustain life, pushing thick blood through constricted vessels in a desperate attempt to stay warm. For most climbers, carrying bottled oxygen is not a luxury, but a necessity to prevent the body from shutting down completely. Nights in the death zone are terrifying. The cold penetrates every layer of clothing, and sleep becomes a dangerous, silent enemy. You cannot stay here for long. It is a race against time before your biological systems collapse under the immense pressure. Among these 14 giants, each has a unique personality. Let us start with the most famous of them all, Mount Everest. Standing at 8,848 meters, Everest is the ultimate icon, drawing thousands of dreamers to its slopes. Surprisingly, it is still growing. Due to tectonic activity, Everest rises about 4 millimeters every year, constantly reaching for the stars. However, its popularity brings danger. Overcrowding in the death zone has turned the dream of summiting into a perilous traffic jam. Then there is K2, the second highest peak. It is often called the Savage Mountain, and it earns that title rightfully. K2 is not for tourists. It is a technical nightmare where 1 out of every 4 climbers never returns from the summit. Unlike Everest, K2 has no easy route. It is a relentless test of climbing skill, endurance, and sheer will to survive. The weather on K2 is notoriously brutal. Storms can appear out of nowhere, trapping climbers in a frozen hell for days. Another name that strikes fear into the hearts of climbers is Annapurna, the 10th highest mountain, but statistically the most deadly. It holds a terrifying record. For a long time, the fatality rate was over 30%, making it a true vertical graveyard. The primary killer here is avalanches. The mountain is unstable, shedding massive layers of snow and ice without any warning signs. Every step on Annapurna is a gamble. You are walking through a minefield of ice where the ground itself can disappear instantly. Fear is a constant companion on these peaks. It keeps you alert, but too much fear can paralyze you when action is needed. Despite the risks, these 3 mountains represent the pinnacle of high-altitude climbing, attracting those who seek the ultimate challenge. But have you ever wondered why we do not have mountains that are 15,000 or 20,000 meters high on Earth? On Mars, Olympus Mons stands 3 times taller than Everest. So what invisible force is limiting the height of our mountains? The answer lies in gravity. Earth has a strong gravitational pull that actively works against the upward growth of massive rock structures. If a mountain gets too heavy, its base becomes plastic under pressure and spreads out, causing the mountain to sink down. This is a geological balancing act. The crust can only support so much weight before it yields to the planet's gravity. The second factor limiting height is erosion. The higher a mountain grows, the more it is exposed to destructive natural forces. Glaciers act like sandpaper, grinding down the rock face, while wind and water constantly attack the summit, keeping it in check. It is a dynamic battle between tectonic uplift pushing mountains up and erosion tearing them down. 8,000 meters is the balance. So these 14 peaks represent the maximum potential of our planet's geology, the absolute limit of what Earth can physically sustain. Reaching these summits is not just about physical strength, it is a spiritual journey into the most hostile environment on Earth. Standing there, you are above the clouds, above the birds, and for a brief moment, you are the highest person on Earth. The locals believe these mountains are the dwelling places of gods. To climb them is to trespass into a sacred realm. Climbing the 14 8,000ers is rarely a solo effort. It relies on the brotherhood of ropes and shared survival instinct. We must also honor the Sherpas and local guides. Without their strength and expertise, the summits would remain forever out of reach. Base camps are temporary cities of hope and fear, where climbers wait for weeks for that one perfect window of weather. Preparation takes years, but the mountain can end your journey in seconds. One mistake, one slip, and it is all over. Turning back is often the bravest decision. The mountain will always be there, but you only have one life to lose. Those who return bring back more than just photos. They bring a new perspective on life, death, and their own limitations. As the sun sets on these giants, they cast long shadows across the continent, reminding us of our smallness in this world. Under the starlight, the 14 peaks stand silent and eternal, indifferent to human ambition, yet constantly inviting us to explore them. Nature eventually reclaims everything. Our footprints may fade with the snow, but the spirit of exploration remains etched in our history. From the deadly avalanches of Annapurna to the soaring heights of Everest, these mountains tell the story of Earth's violent beauty. They are the wrinkles of our aging planet, scars of a geological collision that has shaped the climate and culture of Asia. To conquer them is not to conquer nature, for nature cannot be conquered. It is to conquer the weakness within ourselves. It is about finding out who you are when you have nothing left, when every breath is a battle for survival. These 14 giants will continue to stand guard long after we are gone, remaining the ultimate test for future generations. The 8,000ers are more than just geographical features. They are the pulse of our planet, vibrant, dangerous, and undeniably alive. As we descend back to the safety of sea level, we carry with us the lessons learned in the thin air. They inspire us to dream bigger, to push harder, and to never settle for the comfort of the valleys below us. In the darkest and coldest places on Earth, the human flame burns the brightest, fueled by passion and an unyielding spirit. We hope this journey to the top of the world has given you a new appreciation for our planet's amazing geography. We are small, temporary visitors on this rock, but our capacity to explore and understand our world makes us truly giants. From the first light of dawn to the last star of the night, the beauty of the high mountains is endless. Every climber has a story, and every mountain has a legend. Together, they weave the rich tapestry of mountaineering history forever. Technology changes, equipment improves, but the mountain remains the same. It is the constant variable in an ever-changing human world. We must also remember to protect these environments. They are fragile ecosystems that are suffering from the impacts of global climate change. Preserving these majestic peaks for future explorers is our collective responsibility. Let us keep the roof of the world pristine. Success is sweet, but the journey matters more. The lessons learned on the slopes are worth more than the summit itself. The 14 giants above sea level. They are the ultimate challenge, the death zone, and the most beautiful places on Earth. Thank you for climbing with us today. If you enjoyed this high altitude adventure, please like and subscribe for more. This is World Decoder, signing off from the top of the world. See you in the next documentary. Stay curious.